Hey friends, welcome back today. My name is Ashley and today I'm going to do a watercolor drawing and painting of some elephants. And this is actually going to be a commissioned piece of art for a client that asked for this painting for some friends that she has, and she wants to give it away as some gifts. And so I just thought I would share my process with you today. I'm going to be using some watercolor paper and pencils and just watercolor paints, and I'm going to show you a little bit of my process. But I just thought I would start opening up my studio and giving you guys a little inside look into what it does, what I do for art on a regular basis. I do on occasion have commissions like this, which are just kind of a fun challenge for me to get out of what I would normally do for myself. And I want to share it with you guys. So come follow me today and we're gonna have fun. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start my drawing here. I'm speeding this up for the sake of time. I'm looking at my reference photos. I'm gonna use my 2H pencil and make sure to sketch very lightly. You really wanna sketch lightly because we are gonna paint on top of this and you don't wanna see pencil marks underneath what you're painting. I'm gonna go ahead and I mapped out the outside shape of the elephant, and now I'm going in and coloring the eyes. I'm just focusing on shapes. That is the most important thing when you're drawing, is looking at shapes. And you want to look at a lot of positive and negative shapes. I really think that's the key to drawing, is make sure you see the shapes inside and the shapes around whatever it is you're drawing. That will really help you get a good grasp of what you're doing. Okay, so I've got a little test strip out. I'm just kind of testing out different colors I want. I've got a little variety of some tones here. I've got some Payne's gray that I normally use, and some dark umber brown, and then I've got like a cerulean blue, and I'm also going to be using an ultramarine blue today. So I'm just kind of playing around. I'm not exactly pre-mixing my colors. I'm just putting kind of a very light wash. I always love doing wet on wet. And so here you can see I just put water on first, and then I put the gray on. And as I mentioned before, I'm going with my shapes. So I just saw that little strip of contrast there with dark, and I used my dark, Payne's gray or even black to block in some of those shadows there. Again here, I'm just doing a wet on wet. I put a little bit of kind of an orange red color. I mixed cadmium red with a little bit of a yellow, and I got that kind of burnt sienna orange color there, and I just thought that'd be a nice pop of color to add to these elephants. Again, I'm just blocking in, the way that I work really is just blocking in a lot of shapes that I'm seeing. So anywhere that's dark, anywhere that's a shape, just blocking it in, adding water on top of water to really pull the color down. I just love watercolors for how they have the ability to do what you're not expecting, and the colors change and you see these really cool textures throughout. I really just love that. Another thing you'll notice, especially important for painting watercolors, is never painting two areas right next to each other within a short amount of time. And the reason is because it's wet. So if you were to paint something wet next to it, it's going to bleed through. And there are a few times where I do that intentionally because I like that effect. But if I'm going to paint, let's say, that dark black gray area there next to the face, which has more of the orange and gray tones, I'm not going to paint those close to each other because I don't want them to bleed together. I'm just painting around the ear here with a darker black. I think I'm mixing up here some gray tones with Payne's gray and black together. And I'm just starting light in value, and then I work darker as I go. And I think that's something you'll find with watercolor is important, to start light. You can always add more later and build layers, but you do want to start light and then add that dark value as you go. And it builds the depth and everything to your painting. Okay, so here I took out my very small, the smallest paintbrush that I have to do some fine lines for the wrinkles on the elephant's face and trunk, and that seemed to work well. I just started with a really light gray color, and then after I draw the lines, I kind of put water next to it and kind of let it bleed a little bit next to each wrinkle. Just wanted to say thanks for joining me today. I'm just finishing up this painting right now with some fun colors in the background and a few more dark sections here. I hope you learned something, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye everybody.